Why does it feel so good to be outside? You're joining me on a run. I'm currently doing a little jog around the countryside, just having a little bit of a break. But why is it that it feels so good? You can go for a walk or a run. It can only be for 10 or 15 minutes. And you come back and you feel so good afterwards. You don't have to really do anything apart from move and just be outside in nature. And I think that's the key. I think we spend so much of our lives living in a fantasy world, sitting in front of computers, staring at phones, dealing with bureaucracy in a workplace, pointless paperwork, pointless tasks, soul-destroying tasks, having to pretend that we're something that we're not. And I think just that simple act of being outside, especially on today it's a beautiful day, wonderful autumnal day, beautiful countryside, but it doesn't even have to be a beautiful day. Sometimes being out in the freezing cold, in rain, in wind, in snow, on a really sort of bleak kind of day, there's still something quite powerful about that. And I think it's that authenticity about it. You're in the real world, you're connecting with the real world. I think it can often feel like we're living in a way that isn't truly us. And I think, this part of life, part of being alive is, there's an element of having to put on a mask and to function in the world. But I think when that becomes part of who you are, you start to feel like you're actually becoming this mask, this person that, you don't really want to be, then, I think it's a point where we have to start reevaluating things. And I think that's where a lot of people are at now. I believe that part of the solution to that is reconnecting with reality, or firstly rediscovering what reality is. What is real? How do we define real? To use the famous phrase from The Matrix. But I think it is that process of reevaluation, of rediscovering and reconnecting with life as it really is, not the image of life, the portrayal, the representation of life that is fake and false. I think, today I'm out in the countryside. One of the reasons I love that is because it's reconnecting with something a bit more primal, something a bit more real. I'm sweating, I'm out in fresh air, I can listen to the birds. There's sunlight, there's lovely smells and sights, and I'm breathing, I feel alive. And I think just that, again, as I was saying earlier, that simple act of going out for a walk or going out for a run, it just instantly changes our state of mind, and it gets things. I tend to find my thoughts, I can think things through much more clearly than I would do if I was sat down, at my desk. I think one of the easiest things you can do is to get outside, get moving, get a bit of a sweat on, wind, rain or shine, and see how you go. Try it for a couple of weeks in the context of these videos. So if you follow these videos going forward, that might give you that kind of psychological stimulation, I guess, or at least planting a seed to open up new possibilities. I just got back from the run, and I was thinking about what's the take-home message here, and I think it's this idea of reconnecting with reality. I think it's taking a step back and reconnecting with the world, the pulse of the world almost. So being outside today in nature, and I don't know if you could really sense that through this video, but obviously you can do that yourself. That's the whole point of videos like this. This is all about encouraging you to think about, or maybe I could try that, maybe I could apply this to my own life and see some sort of benefit or some sort of change. But I think just being out there and, you know, in the gaps between when I was recording sort of little segments on the way, just listening to the sounds, you know, the birds. There's a stillness at this time of the year in autumn. Some of the smells, obviously the sights. I mean, the colour of the trees is absolutely wonderful at this time of the year. Also getting like a bit of a sweat on, so just, you know, breathing, moving. There's something about that process that, I don't know, for me it reconnects you with nature, I think. I think that's what it is. It's connecting with what we're all a part of, fundamentally. So that's something to think about. And I'm looking forward to the next video or series of videos with you guys. I'm looking forward to progressing on this journey together. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.